Well, not only did last night's storm bring heavy rains, winds and funnel clouds, Environment Canada confirms a tornado touched down in a field southeast of Killarney. Funnel clouds are spotted near Melita, and 2 possible tornadoes may have been reported near Wascata and Goodlands. And more than 50 millimeters of rain fell in less than an hour in Deloraine, forcing residents to frantically pump water out of the town. A firefighter was slightly injured fighting a house fire last night in the city's west end. Fire crews were called to a home on Sherbourne Street around 9 o'clock. The firefighter was treated on scene. Officials believe a lightning strike may have started the blaze. Damage is estimated at $70,000. Evacuations from a northern Manitoba Aboriginal community are continuing as a forest fire gets closer. Manitoba Conservation says the number of evacuees from the Tatasqueyak Cree Nation, about 900 kilometers north of Winnipeg, is now at 785. The evacuations are precautionary due to heavy smoke. Search crews in Lac-Mégantic, Quebec are back at the site of the train disaster after taking a one-day break on Saturday. A specialized crane and other equipment has been brought from Montreal to help with the removal of tanker cars that derailed and burst into flames. Crews have recovered 42 bodies and remain looking for 5 more. 2 survivors of the Aurora, Colorado movie theater shooting were married on Saturday, exactly 1 year after the massacre. 21-year-old Eugene Han and 22-year-old Kirsten Davis exchanged vows at a church in Aurora in front of family, friends, and fellow survivors. Han says the traumatic event brought them closer together. They had been dating for 3 years. The pair decided to get married on the anniversary to take back July 20th. The couple were among 58 people injured in the rampage at a midnight screening of The Dark Knight Rises. 12 people died in the shootings. Han was wounded while trying to shield Davis from the heavily armed gunman. He suffered gunshot wounds to the knee and hip, spending a week in hospital and months recovering. Davis suffered minor injuries. Pope Francis is making his first trip abroad as pontiff. A special flight carrying the Pope, his entourage, and journalists took off from Rome's Leonardo da Vinci Airport this morning en route to Brazil. Francis has often preached about the need for church leaders to remain humble, and he practiced that today by carrying his own hand luggage. Well, back at home, there was plenty of people paddling to the park with a purpose over the weekend. It was the 2nd annual Paddle to the Park fundraiser yesterday. The event this year is dedicated to the memory of Don Starkle, one of the city's greatest adventurers and storytellers. Starkle wrote 2 books of his adventures, Paddle to the Arctic and Paddle to the Amazon. His family organized the event. More than 20 canoes cruised Winnipeg's rivers.
The idea was to have an event that would bring people together, families. They can have a fun, safe event. It's healthy. And I think that also in itself is a good way to encourage a healthy lifestyle for young kids.
All of the money raised will go to the Canadian Cancer Society. And that's the news for 6:30. We'll have more local news at 7 o'clock. Right now we'll check in live with Drew Kozub.